Clearly 2026 has not been the year for me. With this car just being touched this year, and we already ruined that. And the DC2 hasn't really been going anywhere lately. So what better idea than to pick up another project? And I'll show you what that is. All right. This is what we have. As much as I'd like to say it's my new project, it is not. And I can't really take on a black car at all. But we do have some work that we're gonna do on this car, and that's gonna be just to bring it back to a more of a simple look inside the engine bay. We'll be swapping the valve cover out, and also the owner has managed to source some J's Racing guards. So I'm not too sure how wide they are, but they're quite beefy. So we're just gonna do small checkovers on this car and install the fenders for him, and then call it a day. Nice and simple. And the valve cover. The best thing about having another DC2R here is we get to have a look at how things are meant to be done properly, not just with cable ties that we have in my Integra. So I'm just looking over all the little details in terms of trying to get the fitment right as possible, because I have been struggling with the DC2. Maybe it's because actually it's not a maybe, I have been struggling, and that's a fact. So I've been using cable ties. I haven't been figuring out how this actually mounts down properly. I have no idea. So once I strip the other one down, we'll be able to have a look. But this is really growing on me. I think the silver metallics, probably a little bit of overkill, because the colors are actually quite nice itself. So, oh well. Alright, so we'll just take off the valve cover. Unfortunately, we have to reuse the seals, because there is no seals that were given to us. As I was saying, again, I'm just going to reuse the seals, just because we weren't given any seals for this install. But like I said, I've got nothing else to do besides work on my own car. Like, realistically, who wants to do that? So the only thing that I have to do is pretty much change the windscreen, and then off it goes to Voda at VT, so he can sort out the O2 issue. Because as much as he's been coaching me and saying you should use this wiring diagram and going through his notes of all his knowledge and whatnot, I still can't figure it out. So everything's off. Oh, that was easy compared to my car, which required a lot more effort. Easy enough. Looks pretty good, because my cams have like what's that, scoring? Yes, my cams have scoring on them, so this looks pretty good. Always a little bit black though. The least I can do is probably just degrease it and wash it down. So we're just scrubbing away. It's really looking so much better. Sometimes less is more, and I should have just done that. I should have just stuck to something simple. But like I said to my friends, I'm so extra. The only thing we've got to do is repaint this, so I'm going to quickly scuff that and redo it. Okay, so what we're doing, we're just going to use some grey Scotch-Brite just to smooth out any of the surface and get rid of any gunk. That looks like my paint jobs. I wasn't expecting that. Normally she's quite good with paint cans, but we're gonna wait for that to cure and then just sand it down with 320 and then give it another shot. But in the meantime, let's take off the front end. So ignore that paint chip. But instead of using the normal screw, this tab where it was broken, they relocated it down to there, which made it sit super flush. So maybe I'll take notes and copy that. Good old cable ties. Now we could finally see how this grill is meant to be mounted. It could be because of the brackets. These brackets probably sit in a better position, or it's meant to sit completely flush with the bumper like that. I don't think mine does. Alright, let's continue. The front end is off, and that took way longer than it would have taken me on my car, because my car is missing half the bolts. Like, for instance, this car retains this bolt for the headlight, and it uses that bolt for the headlight. And on top of that, he's tucked everything down there. He's tucked everything down here. Is my engine bay that messy? Because I don't do any of that. Let's have a look. So I've just got the one cord over there that goes down there. One cable. Ignore this area because this area is just filthy, but it's not that bad, right? Like I said, but now I know where to retain those clips, and this guy clearly is probably in the wrong position, so probably needs to be taller, straightened out. I think is ready to come off. There we go. Bumpers off. Oh, comes the hard part, which is removing the skirts to get to the bolt down there. And that's probably a main reason why I rarely ever do that bottom bolt, because it is a pain in the butt. So I'm kind of dreading doing this right now, just because taking off these top one side skirts, these add-on skirts, these ones in particular, although it looks super cool and everything, it's been pretty much self-tapered into the chassis, which is, I understand it, but I hate it. So we got one side off, finally. And like, I don't know how many self-tapping screws that we managed to get, but I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. But all off in one piece. 15 days later, this is now off. The amount of self-tapping screws inside the bottom, on the underside of the side skirts is just stupid. And it's making me want to go get one of those Milwaukee Impact driver things, just so I can take off bolts like this in the future, because it was not fun. But now that we've got this Jay's Racing fender fitted up, we're just gonna look at the sides. So I've already looked at it, and you can see that it's currently lifted over there. You guys can't see it, but I can feel it. So I'm just gonna shave the inside probably a mil down overall, all the way into this corner here, just so that it can sit as flush as possible. And then when we decide to line it up, it has to pull down X amount to stretch out so that panel lines up correctly. So bit by bit, we're not doing any paint on this. Another thing that I'd like to do is shave this inside area, just so that when it does stance it on its ass, it doesn't crack any of the fiberglass. So we'll shave that down as much as possible, but yeah. Off this front end took all of probably 5 minutes. Nice and easy, no hidden bolts, no nothing. So the way up of doing it, taking parts off on my car, is way easier. Way easier. So the reason why we had to take off the front end, well just the headlights, is because I am asking my other friend to give it the headlight caps another attempt. So hopefully he'll come up with something with that, because he does have a scanner. And also he's asked to make a intake duct for one of the headlights. So I took them apart and we're going to give it to him and see if we can pull this off. Shout out to Illumio for their HOD. Super clean setup. But once the bolt holes line up, let's see, relatively quite flush. And we'll do this side. That's how the valve cover turned out, FYI. But I'll show you on this end. You can see that it's currently not that much elevated, but we'll just shave it down. Although it fits up quite nice, I'm going to oval these bolt holes just so we have some wiggle room to adjust it as necessary. This one actually fits up okay, but the one on the other side sits a little bit too far in, so I'm going to add a spacer at the bottom just to bring it out a bit, because right now it's underneath the door, and if I can fix it while I'm here, then may as well. Dremel battery died, so we're moving on to the next project. Next project is to build that arm that connects to the guard. That way you can hold the guard in place and produce any of the rattles like so. So it's relatively simple. Our bracket, nutsert, and it goes pretty much directly across. Scratch that idea, because previous owner shaved that bolt hole. So we do not have a solution for that. Okay, I didn't realize how many self-tapping screws were in the car. I'll give you guys a clue. I found one that's a screw type. I think whoever's using self-tapping screws, you should probably use a maximum of 2. If you're using double that, triple that, quadruple, 5 times that, 6 times that, 10 times that, then probably need to find another solution, because in total we have 26. Whilst we're here, we may as well fix the issue of these self-tapping screws. And I get it, like top one parts and everything like that, you want it to go onto your car, but don't use self-tapping screws. It's just a pain in the ass. And I get it, I get the look and stuff like that, but ideally not the way at all. So I'll just be using nut and bolt, and we should probably be able to get away with, because this is relatively quite sturdy, we should be able to get away with probably, say, I don't know, 3 distributed throughout the panel. But I'll line it up and everything with the pre-existing holes. I'm not gonna redo that, but we'll line it up and then we'll go from there. All this, I get it, because you know, I'd do something the same, but I've learnt. We've got 4 bolts into it, and like I said, we'll probably use 1 or 2 self-tapping screws just to make sure that it sits as nicely as possible. I wonder if that's the same as this. Okay, so that's the difference. I moved that to the side. So I'll probably relocate this one to the edge here. That way it looks parallel. But like I said, maybe it doesn't offer as much sturdiness if you look at that. So I'll probably relocate that into there, or add an additional bolt, or add a self-tapping screw, one or the other. But that's what we'll do, and that should be it. But we've got the Dremel back, so we're gonna adjust those bolt holes just so we have adjustability. As we're getting the car together, I've realized that these tabs are mounted on this bumper. So we have no choice but just to send that through and just go straight through the guard. Not what I want to do, but hey, at least two, yeah? 2 tappets max. So I was going to send the self-tapping screw through, but I don't want to be the one doing that. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to send through a nut and bolt with a massive space to hold it up as much as possible. And that way the owner can do it. Because yeah, I couldn't do that to someone else's car. I just couldn't. My car, I'm happy to do whatever it takes on my car. Besides use 26 self-tapping screws. We had 3 cable ties mounted there. Everything looks okay, quite nice. We are missing a headlight seal on this side, which kind of leaves the gap, but I have to go through my footage because I think we had one. So, all done, ready for pickup. That car's all done. I'm not too sure who's going to paint it, but it should look really Mickey. And I'm just gonna pack up now. And next up is this guy. So we've booked in the window repair guy for next week, probably a couple of days from now, and then they'll be all done, and then off to Voda it goes.